Hi, Editing Tom here. I'm currently editing the episode right now, the video now, and I just want to explain a few things. Number one, the reason why at some moments the video cuts off and has images is because I want to try and spruce up my reviews and make them more interesting. That's why we have the Series 12 audio playing at the beginning of the video and then just a solid image in the front, because then I don't get copyrighted for the imagery, but I can make these videos as entertaining as possible. So there'll be like images popping up, like might be the scoring system or images from like different images that link to the episode, if you will, links to the bits I'm talking about. So hope you enjoyed this video and enjoy.
Is this a joke?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Like that.
Hello Vivian and welcome to today's video. Now today is a very late review of Taskmaster Series 12, Episode 4. Now here's where I've been. So on Friday I was recording a video for Taskmaster World, and I was also doing something else that will be announced soon, because I don't know whether I can talk about it yet or not. And then yesterday, which was Saturday, I was filming my first episode of my brand new sitcom, my second ever sitcom, and I was filming that, and that took a while because there were errors and start again, start, stop, and stop. And then I made the logo for that. I was editing that. I edited some other bits and bobs. So now I've finally got on to talking about Taskmaster Series 12. Let's get into it. Now, we first of all talk about the prize task, which was bring the best thing with layers, with a few layers. Now Victoria Corin Mitchell brought in a joke one, as she brought in some poultry farmers toys, like mini toys of poultry farmers, so that there was something going on, and she was there as a joke. She mentioned it on the Taskmaster podcast that it was all for jokes. She's there to, because she's not a comedian, she's there to do jokes, as you will. And then Desiree, no, it was Morgana. Morgana brought in some pudding. Gus brought in a jacket with Alex's face on it. Desiree brought in vegetarian lasagna, and Alan brought in a wig. Now, I might have got that wrong, because I might have written my notes wrong. So I'm not sure. I might have written my notes wrong. So I think Desiree brought in the pudding and Morgana brought in the vegetarian lasagna. I think I got that right now. Then we go into task 1. Not a very good task for me to actually write about, but was a good task to watch anyway. So it was to do the slowest race, and they all went at what? Well, they started off looking like they were all going off at once, but it made clear that they were showing them individually. Now we start off with Alan, Desiree and Morgana, but we learnt before that Victoria Corin Mitchell has never actually ridden a bike before. She's never cycled before, and that's fair enough. And then, so we go into Alan, Desiree and Morgana, and none of them were good at it, right? That's to point it out. Alan was the worst. This task was hard to write notes on, and what they had to do is she had to cycle from one place, pick up something whilst still moving, and if you moved, like if you stopped moving, they would dock it off the final scoreboard, dock off your points, which is an interesting concept, but it was a really good task. Now, Alan, as I said before, was the worst. And then the other two weren't as any better. Then we go on to the Gus and Victoria. Now Victoria was scared the entire time, but she still gave it a go, which is very good of her. Gus was calm and doing the task as she should, and it was a very, very good task for Victoria because she overcame the shock and overcame her fear of riding a bike, which is something that you didn't expect Taskmaster would do. Make someone learn on the spot, in the seconds they're allowed, to actually ride a bike. And I, and a lot of people were very overjoyed by this. And so we go on to task 2, which was spreading jam in a cool way. And it all depends on your definition of the word cool there. Now, Morgana and Gus went first. Gus was very funny at this task, and Morgana just shoved cold things on her. Yeah, so she got out the fridge and cold things, and then just shoved it, like, just put it down a shirt and bits and bobs. And then Alan and Desiree were next. Alan used the shed and the caravan, so he was looking for stuff in the shed and in the caravan to do it. Desiree just liked the toast. Alan ended up using a leaf blower and put jam at the end of the leaf blower, and then went and did the leaf blower. And that sort of worked. Victoria, she was clueless. She ate the dirty toast in the end. Yeah, it was wasn't disgusting, but at least she still did it. Then we move on to the team task, which was task number 3, and this task was a very good task in my opinion. It was very good. Now what happened was, so for the team of 2, which was Alan and Victoria, they're in 2 different rooms. For the team of 3, they're in 3 different rooms. Now what the task was the task was to try and talk to each other, right, to solve this puzzle. Now Alan and Victoria went first. Morgana had a solo task as well, but we'll talk about that when we get on to her attempt. Now Alan and Victoria went first, and Alan and Victoria were the best. They were an absolute brilliant team during this. A fantastic team. And they did very well. There was no argument. They solved it very well. And it was brilliant. But then we go into the team of 3, which is Morgana, Desiree and Gus Calm. Now that didn't work as well, because for one reason only, was because of it pretty much the reason why it didn't work as well, because there was 3 of them. Now Morgana had her own task, try and get them to say a special word, and it worked in a way that they were all like sort of so we had we had Gus and Desiree in the house, and we had Morgana in the caravan. So Morgana didn't do much in this task, but them two decided to use the corridor to show each other what they'd done, which was a unique output in this task. And I just think it worked. Alex helped out to grab the stuff. It all worked just perfectly, and I just think it worked really well. Then we go into the live task, which was quite dangerous. Yeah, when they were just chucking forks, but it turned out they were actually chucking plastic forks. Now this task was yet again really good and looks really fun. I would love to do this one day. Might do it for a Taskmaster Road video, and it worked really well. Now the key things why it worked was because of then the points evened out. So Alan won this episode with 21 points. Now sorry if it sounds like I was rushing this episode. I just wanted to get my thoughts out there. It's a fantastic episode, well worth a watch, And yeah, time on, time out. Bye!